Welcome back to the vlog, and today we are back at Cadwell Park for the first round of the British Championship, so it'll be my first British event I've done in the Superkart. You'll have to excuse the commentator if you can still hear him, he's quite loud over here. Yeah, so we have already been out for free practice this morning, and I did actually end up the fastest 125 overall. There's only 4 of us, but sort of last year's British champion is here, so obviously a good driver, and my goal is to see if we can have a good race and obviously beat him. I sort of started off the first couple of laps in the free practice just starting a little bit slower, sort of had a new piston in the engine, so just sort of getting it up to temperature. Wanted to try let the other 125 go past me, just to sort of let me have someone to chase. So there was a bit of a gap once we sort of started getting going, and I could just see it just started to catch a little bit, and then I put a decent lap in, which was my fast of a 1:31.5, which was quicker than I done last weekend. And then yeah, I was sort of on the lap after, I think it was, I just pushed that a little bit harder to see if I could catch the other 125, and I managed to sort of close him up. And then yeah, he pulled into the pits, but that slowed me down at the bottom of the mountain, so that lap felt a lot better, but I don't actually know. And yeah, obviously I didn't get to see if I could have gone faster, and then after that I got sort of held up, or in a battle every other lap. So we'll see at the end of Park Straight as well, a car has seemed to go through one of the markers, which put it into the track, so again couldn't quite push into that corner as hard as we could, and on the same line as what I'd normally want. So sort of the rest of the session was just sort of feeling what the kart was like, but done a decent time. I think we're 3 or 4 attempts up on the other 125. We've got quali next, so new tyres are on, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. So we're back from qualifying, and it didn't quite go the way we wanted it to. So we had new tyres on for it, and we did also try a different gearing. But yeah, with the new tyres, we were just sort of hoping to do the first couple of laps a little bit steady, just scrub the tyres in before sort of then pushing for like 2 or 3 fast laps at the end. just started getting going, sort of just started a flying lap. And yeah, as I come down to Mansfield, went to change down the gear, and the gear lever was just sort of solid. So sort of tried again, missed it, come out the corner, and then yeah, just sort of got it in gear, but it felt really stiff. Got to the mountain, and yeah, just couldn't change gear at all. So managed to nurse it to the pit lane to sort of find out that the seat stay had actually snapped, and the gear lever sort of had managed to make it under the seat. So yeah, I was just basically I couldn't get it in gear at all. Sort of thank you to the people in the pit lane for fixing it, or at least helping to move it. And yeah, I managed to get back out just for sort of one flying lap, but the tyres were a little bit cold still from new. I did try and push as much as I could, but as soon as I went out the pits I felt the seat sort of go again. So for me to change down a gear, I was sort of having to try and lift myself out the seat to get it to work, but it was very stiff, as well as through the corners, just trying to hold my body weight up just because I felt the seat dropping. Still managed to 31.9, so sort of 4 attempts off what we actually done in practice this morning. Obviously did qualify second overall, but I think we're sort of just over a second away, but I do believe we can go a bit faster, obviously all going well with the kart. We have now bought another seat stay, so that's now going on. So yeah, hopefully all good for the first race later on today, although it is now starting to rain, so it might be wet later, but yeah, we'll see. Definitely more to give from that qualifying session, I know that, and yeah, we'll have to just see how the race goes later. that is the first race done, and we finished P1. So my first sort of British champs race, and yeah, we managed to win it. Got a good start, jumped the other 125 on the line, so yeah, just got away, sort of pushed for the first lap or two. Just had a quick look behind me and just saw that we had a massive gap. So as soon as I saw we had a big gap, it was then just sort of like try and maintain a decent pace. I chased another 250 and just sort of trying to use this toe down the straight to sort of just help pull the kart along and gain any sort of time I needed. Yeah, every time I sort of had a quick look, massive gap. So just sort of kept maintaining it, and yeah, sort of happy with it. Now it's just sort of get ready for tomorrow and see if we can do the same again. So race number 2, the first race of today is done, and yeah, what a race it was. Obviously with Riley not setting a lap time yesterday, he meant he started closer to the back, so I sort of knew off the start I had to get going early on and try build a gap to him, which I sort of got a decent start, got away, and then just sort of as the race was going on I just got stuck behind a 250. Didn't manage to make it past him once, and then yeah, sort of done the woodland section, come back and got to the start straight and he just drove straight back past me. And then on one lap I had to brake to sort of avoid the back of him going onto Park Straight, so just as that slowed the kart down, the other 125 O'Reilly just come driving past me. I then sort of tried to sit with him, come out onto the start straight and saw that the last lap board was out, so I knew, yeah, I only had one lap left to see what I could do. So just sat with him in the tow, down the start straight, didn't quite have enough to pull out and make a move, and then down Park Straight again, sat in his tow, just tried to see if we could make anything up on the tow again, but yeah, weren't quite close enough to send a move. I knew that it was possible for me to go through the gooseneck faster than I have been, and it's where I know I can make some time up, but it's sort of a little bit sketchy through there. It's quite bumpy and it sort of sends the kart sideways every now and then, so I haven't gone for it as quick, but I sort of knew last lap board come out, so you know, one lap to see if we could get it done. So yeah, I just left a bit of a gap going in and then just tried to carry as much speed through the corner as possible. Carried more speed through, caught him up enough, just pulled to the inside, and the goal was as soon as he braked, make sure I braked later than him, which I managed to do, just sort of get beside him. He then just moved over a little bit to sort of like take a bit of the space away, which just made it a lot easier for me then, because all that meant is sort of I could decide and I could make him turn when I needed him to. So got the move done, and then yeah, just sort of went to the mountain a bit closer to the inside, and then yeah, just defended the rest of it and took the win. So that's now 2 out of 2 for me. So championship wise, we'll come away leading it, sort of no matter what the result in this last one is. But yeah, for the meeting overall, I don't know if I need to sort of finish this one or if I did break down or win overall. So the goal is to go out there for the finish, try and obviously win it again, but yeah, sort of just try and be sensible and yeah, get the finish, and if I'm in the battle for the lead, then yeah, we'll definitely give it a go.
So Jack Tritton, wow, well, Tom made you work hard for that, and at one point Shane was right on your tail as well.
Yeah, obviously I knew I had a better start, obviously with Riley starting closer to the back, so my goal was to try and push at the start and get a gap, but just having a quick look over my shoulder and Stoney was right there, I could see Riley coming, and that 250 in front was just holding me up in the areas I needed to be going, and then on one lap onto the Park Straight I had to brake to avoid the back of the 250, which just allowed Riley to get past, and then yeah, it was just a challenge. I knew I had more speed through the top of the gooseneck, but it was one of those very easy to go wrong, and I've been saying to my dad, I can go for it fast if I need to. Last lap board come out, I'm behind Riley, I had to carry more speed through it, fastest probably than I've ever gone for it so far. Got the drive down to Mansfield and yeah, just sent it on the brakes. And then from Mansfield onwards, you can just sort of defend the woodland area. And there's
2 starts, 2 wins, perfect start to a British Championship.
Yeah, can't complain. Hopefully same in race 3.
So, well done, Jack. Okay, well that's your 4 winners. So with Jack Tritton, the double winner of 125 already. I've come to have a chat with you, Jack, because you're the only one that hasn't got an engine running. It's a bit quieter. But 2 wins already. I don't think you can ask for anything better, really, can you?
Yeah, it's been a great start to the British Champs. Loving the track, and yeah, I'm going to keep pushing in this one. We've made a change to the gearing to see if we can get some more top speed. Might not work, but goal is to finish. But
So that is the third and final race of the weekend complete. And yeah, finished P2. So obviously couldn't quite do the triple this weekend, but yeah, for championship wise, that is now us leading the championship, and we've won overall for this weekend. So yeah, can't complain of how the first round's gone. Just a bit gutted we didn't really get to have a race with the other 125. Obviously off the start, I did manage to sort of get away with him, but then into turn 2 he went to the outside of a 250, I went to the inside, and yeah, he made it round and I didn't. So at that point he was just putting karts between us on the first lap, and yeah, I just couldn't quite keep up. Maybe could have sent a couple more moves, but for me a finish was more important than trying to stay with him. So sort of using that, or sort of bearing that in mind, yeah, I took it a little bit steadier, and then sort of had quite a good battle with the other 125 of Stoney. So as soon as he started battling with me, I knew I weren't really in much of a chance of catching the leader. So yeah, then it was sort of just have a good battle with him, see what we can do. But again, me and him were both getting held up with a 450, so kept sort of passing him, catching through the corners, but every time one of us was behind him, we were just having to brake and slow down so much through a corner to stop ourselves hitting him. The other driver was just coming past us, so it was a little bit annoying to get stuck behind him, and it sort of messed up our race a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, overall good weekend, and yeah, now it's just time to sort of go home, check over the kart, and get ready for Anglesey for the next round.